Okay, welcome everybody. This is a meeting of the Westwood Select Board. It is Monday, July 20th at 5 p.m. We're actually outside Town Hall today and socially distanced so we can hold this special program. Today's meeting agenda is solely for the purpose of presenting the John J. Cronin Public Service Award. And I'd like to start by granting Westwood Media Center permission to record the meeting. And I'd like to welcome people who are here today and people who will be viewing this on the cable stations or online. This is a special part of what the Select Board gets to do every year. And I'm honored to make today's presentation. As we were at town meeting outside this year, it was a little bit different venue, so we decided that we would actually make the formal presentation of this award sometime this summer, and we ended up picking today, which may end up being the hottest day of the whole summer, who knows, but I hope it is the hottest day and it gets a little better from here, but we thank everybody for being here. So why don't we proceed with me presenting this award, and then I'll invite the recipient up to make some remarks. So as you all know, this year's recipient is Stephen M. Rafsky. And I'd like to give a little background on the award and a little profile of Mr. Rafsky and why he is so deserving of this award. So the John J. Cronin Public Service Award Committee annually awards Westwood's highest honor to an individual who has been remarkable in service to the community. John J. Cronin, former town treasurer, for many years selflessly gave of his time and expertise for the betterment of this community, both as an elected official and in numerous volunteer activities. To recognize the spirit of community involvement illustrative of John Cronin's life, it is with great pleasure that we announce Stephen M. Rafsky as the 18th recipient of the John J. Cronin Public Service Award. So we'll do a little congratulatory. Thank you, Steve. Steve was first appointed to serve as a member on the Finance Commission back in 1989, and he worked for many years to promote economic development and tax stability in the town. In 1991, Steve was elected to and served on the planning board until 1997. He was re-elected to the planning board in 2009 and would serve until 2015. As a planning board member, Steve was first appointed chair in 1994 and then appointed again as chair in 2010, 2011, and 2014. He was instrumental in shaping the University Station Master Development Plan and its associated zoning. And as a side note, I'll say, and he was also instrumental in what was originally conceived of as Westwood Station and that development proposal, but he saw it through from the early stages right until groundbreaking in 2013. So more than 10 years of a commitment. So over the course of a decade, Steve was a leader in working with numerous residents, town boards, and consultants to develop widespread support for this redevelopment. In addition to his time on the planning board, Steve served as chair of the Economic Development Advisory Board and was co-chair of the University Avenue Redevelopment Committee. Throughout his tenure on the planning board, Steve was closely involved in the redevelopment of the prime dealerships on Providence Highway, as well as the development and adoption of multiple zoning amendments, including new flexible multiple-use overlay district and open space residential bylaw sections, as well as significant improvements to Westwood's wireless communication overlay district. Steve also worked collaboratively with the Library Board of Trustees and the Westwood Historical Commission on the plans for the new library, the new main library, and the redevelopment of the Colburn School building. He also chaired the Lowell Woods acquisition effort, which ended up resulting in 70 acres of protected land for open space and recreational use. Steve also played a significant role in planning for the renovation of Morrison Park and for the redevelopment of the Islington Center Fire Station. While serving the town in varying capacities for the better part of 3 decades, Steve has given generously of his time and demonstrated the qualities of leadership, dedication, and service. His opinions have been valued by the planning board, town staff, elected officials, and other boards and committees. Steve and his wife Greta have been Westwood residents for over 30 years, and they have 2 children who grew up in Westwood. Steve has been a successful executive in the finance and accounting fields, frequent public speaker, and active volunteer for over 35 years. He has been active with several charities since 1974, when he served as National Vice President of the Exploring Division of the Boy Scouts of America, and currently he serves as President of the Leader Foundation, a charitable foundation providing assistance to needy and elderly individuals. And he's on the board and treasurer of New England Friends of the March of the Living. Steve is also active with his synagogue, where he is a past board member. Is that all, Steve? On behalf of the John J. Cronin Public Service Award Committee, it is my greatest pleasure that we present this prestigious award to Stephen M. Rafsky and add his name to the plaque displayed in Town Hall, listing all previously honored individuals. Congratulations, Steve. We're going to let Connor do a little pass-off here. I'm going to invite Steve to make some comments, but before I do, I just want to say that was just a summary of what I know is beyond countable hours of time that Steve has given the town. And truly, that list of accomplishments is just absolutely amazing and really reflects well on what people in this town do for the town. And Steve, you are so deserving of this award. It's just fabulous. And I'll let Connor do a little mic cleaning, and I'll turn it over to you.
Well, first, thank you, Nancy, for that kind of a summary, and it means a lot for me because we did so much together, and it means so much. And I also want to thank the John Cronin Public Service Committee, past and current select board members, and the town for acknowledging me in such a special way. I also want to thank my wife, Greta, who has always supported my efforts, even when it meant that she had to cancel going to her appointments and meetings so that I could attend so many meetings and hearings over the years. This award is truly recognizing you, Greta, as well. I actually met John Cronin almost 30 years ago. And even though we met at this building right here, Town Hall, we got to know each other because we used to ride on the commuter rail and sit together on the way to Boston regularly. He was, for those who don't know, he was a humble and thoughtful person who I enjoyed speaking to, but more importantly, who I thought was just a great sounding board. But the thing I will always remember was a discussion he and I had in 1999. It was that morning on the train that the night before I was in a meeting and he attended, where I made this suggestion that we redevelop and rezone University Avenue and do it in a way that we can get one big development happening at one time. At that meeting, I was told by everyone, too aggressive, too grandiose, can't be done. But it was John Cronin who actually said, I think you should keep driving forward. I think maybe taking a few smaller steps, I think you can turn that fear into enthusiasm. And that's the guy who kept me going forward. He was a special person who promoted public service. Therefore, I'm truly honored and I'm truly humbled to receive this honor, named in honor and in memory of John. I also want to thank the Cronin family because I know they're committed to inspiring town residents to seek public service. Keep it up. There's so many people who I'd really like to thank, but there are truly hundreds if I were to list them all. So let me thank all of those in town leadership roles today and in the past who I worked with, the many fellow board members and commission members who I had the honor to serve with, all of the town employees who have always made Westwood the wonderful place it is for all of us, and also to so many fellow residents who have gotten engaged, who have stepped forward, and especially for those who helped me understand another perspective. Speaking of another perspective, many of you know that when you become the face of any major project, and we could name a few, some residents may not be on the side that you're on. And even sometimes people speak a little less complimentary towards you and the project when you get into these heated meetings. But the defining memories that I have are not the heated moments, but the literally dozens of emails and letters and phone calls that I've received throughout the years, even from those who were trying to educate me on another perspective, for delivering a project with so many people involved so well done. So my greatest memory and my greatest reward is that I received over the past 30 years is the involvement and the support of literally dozens, if not hundreds, of fellow residents who I have the honor of calling my friends. It's because of that experience that I stand here today to not only say thank you, but to encourage anyone who is able to step forward and get involved in a committee or a board where you have that interest and in the interest of the town of Westwood. This is our town, it's your town. We have such wonderful residents who can offer so much. So again, I encourage everyone, step forward, and let me thank you in advance for doing it for at least 25 years, if you can, to help Westwood continue to be the gem that we've gotten to know. Thank you all. Can we put our mask back on? Or?
No. You can just step aside a little bit. Huh? You're going to wipe the mic? I'm going to help you follow those rules we have in place. We're just being super diligent. So I'm going to give Steve this plaque, but I'm going to ask that you just borrow it for a moment for a picture because John Hickey wasn't able to get here on time and we'd like him to sign it as well. So I will start by handing that to you. And maybe I would say Greta and Hadassah, you want to join your dad for a picture? Yeah, and Mr. Cronin, do you want to join them? It's up to you on comfort level. You might want to, if you can sort of face the guy with the camera, but we'll know what time of what year this took place by the pictures. And I do want to acknowledge again that we have John Cronin Jr. here with us, and we're very, very happy that we are able to continue this and honor his father. And Greta, don't go far. Steve acknowledged you appropriately, and we as a town want to thank you. So this is for you. There you go. Okay, Steve, here's this for you. Thank you. Mr. Walsh, I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting. I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. All right, thank you everybody for coming. Special day, special celebration, and enjoy the rest of your summer. Thank you.